got involved with hospice because I had 2 teenage boys and I was looking for volunteer opportunities for my boys. And one day I went to a food bank with them and we were handing out food, and after the 3rd or 4th time of being told I had not put milk in one of their bags, and I knew, okay, this is not where I'm supposed to be. And so in the pursuit, because my boys weren't really content with that either, I stumbled upon a website for volunteer for hospice. And the one thing that struck me the most strong was when I saw, "Are you a good listener?" It changed me because I realized these people still have a story to share. They are still living, and they want to keep living till that last breath, and they want to share their life with us that are still there visiting with them. And I think how it changed me too is to think that they would let us in, a total stranger, into their life at that time was really, it for me was humbling. I knew I needed something that was more fulfilling on a deeper level. And so when I would volunteer for hospice while working, it filled that gap for me. I knew there was something that I could give back in a greater way, and being a volunteer for hospice filled that for me during that time in my life. Since I knew I wanted to work within hospice, I reached out to my own volunteer coordinator at that time and asked her what I could do within hospice. And she told me, "Darcie, you have the heart of a volunteer. You would make a great volunteer coordinator." And thus began my search to find the perfect coordinating position within hospice. I think one of the greatest things about being a volunteer coordinator with Unity is simply first probably bringing on new volunteers and seeing the passion, the same passion that I had, seeing it reflected in their eyes. I feel so privileged to be able to walk with the volunteers through their volunteer experience because I know exactly where they're at. And I know their desire to make a difference. It's been said that a volunteer doesn't have more time, they just have a bigger heart. And so I think of the volunteer that goes out there and sees 7 patients. He doesn't have more time, he just has a great big heart. Or I think of the lady that's going to nursing school, one of my volunteers, and she's raising a little boy. She doesn't have more time, she just has a great big heart. Or I think of the volunteer that has lost one of their own loved ones, and yet they're still extending love to our patients. How big of a heart is that? Volunteers, staff, we make a difference at Unity Hospice.